What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new, much anticipated Civ 5 AI only battle. I was saying that it was going to be a colonization game. I've already messed up. That is brilliant. But what I should have probably said more specifically, a better name, would have been just Old World only. The New World, America and South America, is completely empty. But colonization doesn't tend to play the biggest parts in these games. And even if I did try to force it to happen more, which I know people have suggested ways of doing that, it doesn't tend to matter because the cities aren't that effective anyway. So yeah, we're going to be focusing obviously more on the old world. Another thing, there's only 32 civs again. I didn't go up to 60. It's mainly because of my PC's performance. That's why, I'm going to be honest. And I haven't been able to get the 60 civs to work in the past. And again, lots of people suggest lots of mods. But I tried a Europe battle maybe a month ago where it just didn't work because there's too many mods and they were breaking. So I tried to use mods to fill in the holes in the map between the base civs instead of just getting rid of the base civs and just throwing in as many mods as possible, because that tends to cause problems. Also, bear in mind a lot of the mods starting to break some of them because they're not as updated obviously as much with Civ 6 being out. But saying that, we've got 42 civs. Hopefully it's quite balanced. I've got some interesting ones in there. I've tried to fit in as many fan favourites as I can as well. I've also put in Australia, a couple of civs in Australia. I know I don't know how you technically would look at it. Depends, I guess. But, I mean, it's part of the old world. It's connected by shallow water. So that's how I've based it on. And also Polynesia, well, they're the first sort of civ to name. But they're here mainly because I was putting all the civs in the game and I realised I had Japan written down twice. So I just needed to throw someone else in without going through the whole process again. So I just threw Polynesia in. I thought, why not? They're technically, I guess, not old world. But if they're ever going to do well, this might be their only chance. But even now, I doubt that. But I'll quickly go over all the civs, and then we'll just dive right into it. At the end of this video, of course, you can all make your predictions, who you think is going to win. Just one, please. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to start by name, if you're going through some of these civs, with the one I think, if you could actually bet on this, and there was odds to win, the favourite with a long way will have to be Mongolia. They are in a strong position in the middle of nowhere, with no one around them. But I've tried to balance that out a little bit. Hopefully it'll work out for me. But yeah, Mongolia. If you pick Mongolia, I'm going to ban it. No picking Mongolia. Let's just get rid of it for everybody. If Mongolia wins, it'll be whoever comes second. Because I think Mongolia might do really well. But anyway, apart from that, let's go down here. We've got Qing in the place of China. And as a result, I did just move China down towards Shanghai, basically. I think. I'm not 100% sure where Shanghai is, but it's around here somewhere. Seoul. Yep, Korea's here, as usual. Tojo's Japan is here. We've seen them do well before. Down to Southeast Asia, we've got Vietnam and the Siam. So hopefully they're not, because I was going to put in the Champa. I know a lot of people like the Champa in Vietnam, but I think, they're kind of getting each other's way. So hopefully Siam maybe they'll be able to sort of stay apart for a bit longer. There's a bit more space. Don't block each other off as much. Indonesia's down here in Indonesia. No surprises there. Kimberley is here in northwest Australia, and in southeast Australia we've got the Kulin. So one of those guys I would imagine will do quite well towards the end of the game with Australia, if they can unify Australia, although they'll probably stay quite quiet. Then we have this huge region where there's basically nothing. That includes India, by the way. I just want to point out that does include India, the only civ in this massive space. But here's how I've tried to make up for the Mongolia thing. I've put a lot of civs out on this Eastern Europe, but western side of Siberia, basically. So we've got the Soviet Union by popular demand. Again, they don't really fit into that colonization theme, so I've changed it to Old World. We've got the Sioux. What am I on about? The Khazar, not the Sioux. It's not been a good start. The Huns as well. I had to move the Khazar over because they didn't spawn. They wouldn't settle. I've had to move a few civs around, like China. Ottomans are here. Istanbul. Nowhere near Istanbul. Don't know why I did that. We've got Nisa, which is the city of Parthia, a new mod that was suggested to me. So we've got them here as well, which might force Persia with Babylon here as well to go more towards India, hopefully. Or India will probably be quite strong as well. But yeah, Nisa, that's a chain of shops, I believe, in the UK. Pretty sure. Yeah, that is what it's called. Arabia's here. Also, Health and Plagues mod is on. Aggressive and expansive. Immortal difficulty, as usual. It's a huge map. It's the huge yet not another Earth map pack map with the enlarged Europe. We've got Mercuria here above Egypt. I moved Mercuria a little bit north and Egypt a bit south so that they'd both settle. Got Ethiopia. Over here we've got quite a packed out northwest Africa with the Vandals, Carthage, who I moved, Morocco, the Garamantes, Songhai, Mali, Nigeria. We've got Congo, and then we've got Rhodesia, Zulu. Again, this is another area you can expect quite a powerful civ, probably to rise up between Ethiopia can sometimes do it, the Congo, Rhodesia. I don't think we've seen do it in my games. I think I'm the only person who really uses Rhodesia in AI games, at least that I've seen. And then Zulu are obviously very, very popular for doing that. And now back over to Europe again, where I missed some of the stuff out. We've got Greece here, in Greece. We've got Wallachia here. There is not much space over here. This could be a tough game. Poland up here. Denmark up in Scandinavia, which would be good for them. I just tried to put in some new faces. Got rid of France, Germany, and put in Switzerland and Belgium. Just see something different happen. We've got the 2 Sicilies instead of Rome. Portugal, because I usually put Spain in a lot. And we've got Great Britain, because I think they are a good mod. And they do fit in with the colonial era. Ethiopia's already gone for oral tradition, which is giving them culture from plantations, I take it. They're not really in the rainforest, but whatever. Yeah, so that's good. Let me just quickly hop on here to put on this single player auto end turn, because early on, not too much is going to be going on. But yeah, like I said, I'm predicting big things, Genghis. I think you can go nuts here. But saying that, Korea, Qing can do just as well from the similar spot. It's just whoever comes out on top. But this is the most civs I think I've ever had in this area, simply just because I've put Qing in and moved China down. Vietnam, they're a fan favourite. They are going to probably be trying to mess some people up. We've seen them do very strong in the last world battle. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I know a lot of people do suggest mods, but the thing is a lot of the mods are for Europe, and obviously Europe is very limited in space. I would really like to have maybe even got rid of one more civ to make this area even less crowded now that I look at it. But that's how it's going to be. But hopefully these guys don't get too strong out here to the east for them. But saying that, I do want at least one of them to get fairly strong to kind of counter Mongolia. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, you never know. Every game is different. And we'll see how things play out. But obviously, in terms of colonising, Britain are in a good spot. Belgium, I guess, kind of. Denmark. Portugal are definitely in a good spot. Although, this is not the map. Okay, this is not the map I thought it was. But it is a bit late for that now. Yeah, I only just noticed. This is the map I used for the reverse colonisation game, though, so it's fine. Yeah, this is... I was going to say that I thought I was using the map with the tiny oceans, but I'm not. But that doesn't matter at all. I only just noticed that. But I don't think it'll matter too much because for once, I think Europe... I mean, when you look around, there's more areas that are packed than ever. Now the Middle East is definitely more crowded than ever. Arabia have got a bit of space. And like Northwest Africa's full of civs. It's not just Europe suffering anymore. And like I said, aggressive and expansive zone, I'm sure not all these civs will make it to the end. Anyway, but no signs of a war just yet as we approach turn 20, which isn't too much of a surprise there. Just got to be very patient. I believe that Ethiopia was the only pantheon. I did go to turn 10 already, so... Oh no. There we go. Japan have got God of War. Gain faith if you win a battle within 4 tiles of your city. Japan probably don't want to be benefiting from that, 'cause if they're winning battles next to Tokyo, that is probably not good for them. I'm just going to be on the look for second cities, I guess. That's probably the best thing to have my eye on this early. I'll keep an eye out for notifications, of course, but see, Polynesia will probably be the first to find the Americas, although they're actually going the other way at the moment, which... See, these guys are going somewhere weird. See, they've got stuff just going around, doing whatever they want. And they're free to do that, of course. So yeah, at the end of this game, pick your winner. There we go. Poland, who you think's going to win? Poland and Belgium already getting up a bit of an alliance. That is interesting. Do still have the submarine. I don't actually think I need it. I think someone showed me a way that I can delete it and not die. But I wasn't willing to try it and then go through the whole setup again. We can always save the game and try it if we need to, but you know, it's not the end of the world, realistically. Okay, so we've got settlers from the Soviet Union and the Khazar, and I've got the pointiest stick. The Huns have got the biggest army at the moment, and that's because they've built a big army. Okay, that is not good. I wonder how the Huns will react though, because Parthia here is a new civ. To the south, I've never put Parthia in before, and also I I don't think I've ever had Khazar, Russia, and the Huns on the same map. All three of them. So we'll see how that plays out. And Poland as well. Can be a strong civ. Ethiopia already settling the city and going right across. We're going to see, I think the map fell up very quickly, at least over towards Africa. Mongolia already forward settling towards Qing. And they've got another settler up as well. That was quick. They're already starting. The Khazar, yep, trying to block in Poland by the look of it. Portugal with a second city down here. Southeastern corner of Iberia. The two Sicilies have got another settler, as do Switzerland. Britain don't have to worry just yet about settlers, but yeah, Europe, they need to settle quickly. The Ottomans as well, they have actually decided to head north instead of west, where there was a bit of space, just to throw another civ in the mixer between the Khazar and the Huns. Rhodesia have settled a second city. They've gone north, which leaves a bit of space for the Zulu, who need to make sure they don't get cut off. Not seen anything from these North African civs. Oh, but there we go. Garamantes have got a second city. No one else seems to have one, though, just at this moment. Switzerland have got a settler in France. I'll keep an eye on. There's a lot of settling going on now. India heading east with the settling of Mumbai towards Siam, who have got their own settler heading northwest, as Vietnam's settler heads directly north. Qing have now got a settler. Korea have got a settler. Fast start all of a sudden. Yep, the Soviet Union settled Leningrad. If Leningrad is St. Petersburg, then the AI has just done something amazing. I'm pretty sure got it bang on, or almost bang on. Let me know. I'm pretty sure if it's not, then, I'm pretty sure that's still kind of close. But either way, Switzerland have got a settler now. Aren't they? I swear Switzerland always settles Zurich there. They just like to do it, but they've done it again. Nothing wrong with that. This map's so small that isn't actually that far away. Britain going to settle the very northern tip of Scotland. Mongolia, 3 cities with a 4th settler. Genghis is not slowing down. I mean, random personalities is not on. I just want to point out. So, we will see him being as expansive as he wants. The Australians, we'll keep an eye on them. Both of them have settled 1 city already. Lots of civs staying quiet, including all 4 of the Middle Eastern civs, I guess we can call it. Oh, Wallachia. Not the ideal spot, but that does stop the Ottomans going any further into Anatolia. That's an interesting place to settle, and you've already cut off Greece. So that's interesting, despite the Greeks having 2 settlers. Poland having to go west, deep into Europe. Belgium, I swear Belgium had a settler. Like, where did it go? Probably disappeared. Yeah, but we'll probably see some huge armies built up quite quickly. Denmark have got a bit of a luxury of time on their side. Carthage, yep, already North Africa's turning into a mess as they have to settle south of the Garamantes. Morocco with Rabat. Still nothing from Mali, the Songhai, or Nigeria. Congo still yet to settle. Actually, Mali do have a settler in the middle of nowhere. For them, the Zulu building up an army instead. And there we go, 4 Mongolian cities. Qing did settle a second one, which cuts off Korea. So I think war will explode here. The Soviet Union, Belgium, and now France. I'm going to actually take control already, because there we have our first war. Babylon and the Huns v Wallachia. That is a random war, and you should be safe, Wallachia. You are very, very lucky. These are just a cool mod. I was talking about that Europe battle that broke. I was using them in it. I was rooting for them to win until the campaign just had to be cut because it was breaking. But yeah, so that's why I threw them in. I was going to put the Goths in instead, but I thought, why not put Wallachia in for fun? But yeah, they're already at war with Babylon and the Huns. I mean, that's not going to affect them. And China, who've only got 1 city because they probably haven't been building settlers because they've been building the Great Library. But there we go, technology for China. Vietnam settling Saigon to the north. Siam never settled and now heading to Western India. Probably not a good sign. Any Siam fans? Persia heading to the east with their settler. It's sort of in Pakistan, Afghanistan region now. That would be a good spot. Bomb of that river. Might eventually grow its borders enough to cut off India. Arabia settling in Yemen, I think it's the one on the left, and Oman on the right. But it's kind of in the middle, so it's hard to tell. Still nothing from Mercuria or Egypt. Mali have settled north of the Congo, which they won't be happy about. Nigeria settling just east of their capital. The Zulu yet to get another settler up, but they are starting to build up quite a big army. Oh, Parthia. That is how you say this, right? Yep, the Parthians have settled up here, the first sort of city in the wilderness area, and it looks like the Huns may be eyeing that up. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Got a Huns here with a big army, but so many civs around them. If they get too aggressive, there could be a coalition or something, a big joint team war. Been ignoring the pantheons that have been popping up. Let's just have another look. Okay, there's a lot more now. Fertility rates in Mali. Gods of War for Japan, we knew about that. Goddess of Protection in China. So these guys, Japan and China, both gearing themselves up, I guess, to defend from Mongolia, maybe. Goddess of the Hunt for Congo. Oral Tradition, Ethiopia. Sacred Path for India. And Stone Circles for Arabia. There we go. That is what's going on. Siam did settle here, and so did Persia, and that's probably not going to last too long, Siam. There's already some fighting between Babylon and a Wallachian scout. I mean, it's probably not the end of the world. Denmark did settle a second city up here. No other cities in Europe. A lot of the areas in the map already full, which is kind of crazy. Sicily's could settle in this marshland, I think, but they're probably not going to. But yeah, already Europe filling up. Not much space in Britain. Have actually got a third settler out now. It's kind of crazy how quickly this map is filling up, yet there's still this monstrous gap here to the east. Indonesia is still staying quiet, although they do have a settler. No new cities in Australia. I feel like these guys will settle much slower because they're not really under pressure. Hawaii or Polynesia are sending a settler, it seems, towards Micronesia, though, which will make things a little bit more interesting as they start to meet people out this way. We're already nearly at turn 50. We'll check the info addicts probably for our first time at turn 100 and then do it every 100 turns to see how it plays out. Obviously, the victory will once again probably be chosen through my point system. People, because, you know, if not, I think some people don't like it, but if I don't use the point system, it all comes down a bit too much to interpretation. And then, you know, at least we have a system. Whether it works or not is another question. I think it does an okay job. But there we go. Babylon, no Suez Canal again. Mercuria have got a settler. They better use it quickly. Same goes for Egypt, except they don't have a settler. Yeah, Songhai finally got a settler up, and quite a big army too. I think we're seeing people at the moment decide between armies and settlers. You can see someone here like the Vandals, who have only got one city, but a lot of units in North Africa. That seems to be how the early game is going to pan out. Mongolia have not got a fifth settler just yet. They do have the most cities at the moment of anywhere. I don't think anyone else has got more than two. Rhodesia have 3. I just noticed they only just settled it though. And there is an outbreak. The Health and Plagues mod is on, and it's in Australia, so it shouldn't have too much effect early on in the game. It will probably hold these guys back maybe a little bit, but it won't be the end of the world. By the look of it, I don't even know if these guys have met each other. Oh yeah, they have. They've got cargo ships. Never mind, they have met each other. The more you know. We're going to ignore happiness a bit, because I feel when I moved the civs, some of them got to see more of the world, so that's why some of them are happier than others. I'm liking this from Parthia, by the way. They're sending another settler east, sort of through Kazakhstan sort of region. If they can settle here, then that is going to be some big borders. And the Huns are starting to get surrounded, despite having a big army. If they're not careful, I mean, the Soviet Union could probably fight the Huns anyway, by the look of it. Khazar heading up through the Soviet cities, because they're practically out of space themselves now. And Ethiopia with a third city. Could we see a strong Ethiopia? Good city here in the Horn of Africa. That will allow them to control the Red Sea. Hopefully I got that right. I feel like that is what it is. Mercuria's settler is going pretty far away. This may not end well. Also, brief update on the finishing of the teams battle. I wanted to do it, but then I realised when I started this battle, I got rid of the list of mods and stuff, so it may be kind of difficult to finish it, so I'm probably not going to finish it. Also, it's taking forever. Like, normally I will leave my in these games I usually get to like turn 450, and then I'll leave it for another 100 turns, and it might take an hour or 2 hours with me not clicking around and doing stuff. But with that, it took me to get from turn 100 to 200, or maybe 200 to 300. It took me at least 3 or 4 hours. It was just taking far too long, so I did probably have to give up on that, I'm afraid. And also, I said Civ 6 live streams, and then I remembered that I don't think my OBS will work with Civ 6 for some reason. It's just too much for my computer for some reason. But there we go. Switzerland, third city, kind of north of Barcelona. Geneva will probably get its independence one day, but not today. Switzerland then, 3 cities. Belgium have got a settler, I don't know. Maybe they could go north of Krakow or into Brittany. They better do something quickly. Poland have now got a settler out here too. We saw the Khazar coming round, and there we go, yes. 3rd city for Parthia, although the Huns have settled in the mix here. I think that is a Portuguese city name, maybe. Maybe a Brazilian. That's what it sounds like anyway. Oh, and there we go. The 2 Sicilies did settle another city, and that one's right in the middle of the Mediterranean. So that will allow them probably to see Africa, maybe, or at least get an idea that somebody's out there. Morocco with a 3rd city. Nothing came of that war. Wallachia, the map is already pretty much full as far as Europe, North Africa, and East Asia is concerned. I mean, around Mongolia, see there's all this space to the west of them, but within them, there's not much more space. And China did settle Shanghai, so it's kind of close to their 1st city. Qing have got a 3rd settler up, so it's going to be interesting. I don't think, maybe Mongolia won't have it as easy as we thought. I mean, they have quite a big army, which is surprising considering they've built so many settlers. But Korea are fairly strong. Qing look pretty strong too, and obviously China will take some time, but that great library will be helping China technologically. Siam with another settler. I'm not sure how well this is going to go, this strategy of going towards India. Although India aren't doing too much. Gandhi's pretty chill till he gets his hands on those nukes. And there we go. Wallachia pieced out with the Huns. Nothing done. And Babylon will probably do the same soon because the Ottoman borders will probably cut them off anyway. Greece yet to put one of these settlers down. It is a sad time. If they could only get like light water crossing the coastal regions, they could get over here and maybe settle. But that's probably not going to happen. The Ottomans did grab the statue of Zeus. They are technically, Istanbul is coastal to the Black Sea, even if it's in the wrong place, which isn't very useful without a Constantinople. And yep, there we go. The Great Lighthouse going to Kimberley, and also the Isle of, what is this island called? New Guinea. Has had Samoa settled on it. I was thinking of bringing Samoa back, but I just never occurred to me to do that. Because they did very well last game. Religion founded. First religion, I believe. First proper religion. We've had a lot of pantheons. Oh no, sorry, my bad. Eastern Orthodox was founded as usual in Ethiopia. So that'll probably be a pretty strong religion across Africa. And we have got... what am I doing? I've already forgotten what the second religion was. Oh, India with Hinduism. But let's go quickly, have a brief look around the whole world. Kulin have now got 3 cities. There we go. So we saw that Polynesia have settled here. Mongolia v Qing. That isn't actually their name. I think the name will change, or that might just be the actual name of the mod. But it is Qing for all intensive purposes. Indonesia have yet to get off the small island. There's another mistake I made. Probably should have made them onto the big island. Never mind. It's here. They'll be fine. Don't worry about it. They're already over here, so it's not like it's the end of the world. Well, actually, that guy may have started over there. They'll be fine. Don't worry about it. They got Krakatoa. As long as it doesn't like cause any tsunamis when it erupts. What am I looking for? Okay, so Mongolia. Now, hopefully, this Qing's 3rd settler can get away. This could be quite a big battle. Qing could really do with some help from like somebody else, like Korea or China. Well, not really China because they're not too strong, but it could do with some help. Let's quickly just go quick check on any other settling. There hasn't been too much. Outbreak's over, and Sikhism has started in northern Africa in the city of Dongola, but nothing else going on. Britain are actually sending settlers towards Ireland. Don't get excited, they're not going to the New World just yet, although you can get land units there as soon as you get coastal sailing, so we may see them there fairly. So Britain could go theoretically. I don't know whether they will, but it's just checking for any new cities while I've been looking away. The Songhai did grab a 2nd city. Nigeria grabbed a 3rd city collectively. The Congo finally got a 2nd city north of Rhodesia with 3. The Zulu very quiet. That is unusual from Shaka. Makuria, who own the city of Dongola, have settled a 2nd city down here. Egypt remaining pretty peaceful. Arabia leaving a lot of space. They want to be careful, or Babylon will come in, start eating that up. But let's go focus on the big war that has broken out. Mongolia versus Qing. And they're called Great. I think they're just going to defend their capital here. kind of sad because they're probably going to lose that second city they've got in the north, which is going to help Mongolia. Wow, okay, so yeah, Mongolia aren't going to win so easily because the Khazar are already in sight, and Poland will be joining them. Obviously, this area is going to be a complete mess of settling until someone emerges, which may actually play into Mongolia or somebody's hands. But for now, let's just see, because it looks like Mongolia are focused on going for Peking. These mountains will defend them. Oh, and another war. Interesting one in Africa. Vandals, can they navigate around the mountains to fight the Moroccans? That is the great question, but it's the one that we'll have to wait till the next episode. Anyway, if you've enjoyed, if you're excited, be sure to leave a like, comment, maybe subscribe. Be sure to let me know who you think's going to win. I was joking. You can pick Mongolia if you want. You know, it doesn't bother me. You can have Mongolia if you really want. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I need to make a pick. My bad. I nearly skipped that. Who am I going to go with? That is a tough question to throw on time. I'm going to go with Parthia. I like how they've started. They're a new mod. They've done some good settling, and they've got a weird looking horse unit, which I like weird looking horse units. So there we go. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.